They slither in silence. No footsteps, no warnings. Just the cold brush of scales against the earth before everything goes dark. Beneath the sands of the Sahara, within the jungles of the Amazon, across the rice fields of Asia and the deserts of Australia, live creatures so deadly, their bite is a countdown to death. These are not your garden variety snakes. These are precision killers, built by evolution to paralyze, suffocate, and dissolve their victims from the inside out. Some kill with speed, others with patience. Some you'll never see coming. And when you do, it's already too late. But here's the catch. Not all killers wear fangs you can see. Some of the most unassuming serpents on Earth are also the most lethal. One drop of venom is all it takes to shut down organs, stop the heart, or melt tissue like acid. Today, we're diving into the shadows, where death coils quietly and survival hangs on a knife's edge. In the damp shadows of Central and South American forests, where every rustle in the underbrush could mean death, one snake has earned a reputation so fearsome, it's often called the ultimate pit viper. This is the fer de lance, a serpent that doesn't just strike, it punishes. Stretching up to 8 feet in length, this snake isn't the largest on our list, but make no mistake, it is one of the most feared. With a thick body patterned like rotting leaves, it vanishes perfectly into the jungle floor. It doesn't need speed, it needs patience. Hidden in plain sight, the fer de lance waits until something warm and unsuspecting steps too close. And then, strike. Its venom is a violent cocktail of hemotoxins, cytotoxins, and enzymes that go to work instantly. Victims don't just feel pain, they feel their flesh being dissolved. Muscle tissue liquefies, blood vessels rupture. In severe cases, the venom eats through the skin so fast it leaves bone exposed. And this isn't rare, it's common. Some snakebite victims require amputation. Others, they never make it out of the jungle alive. But what makes the fer de lance truly terrifying isn't just its venom, it's its temperament. It's unpredictable, aggressive. If threatened, it doesn't back down. It chases. Locals call it the terciopelo, or velvet one, a name that hides the rage simmering beneath its beautiful scales. This snake is responsible for more human deaths in its region than any other species. Not because it seeks humans, but because it thrives in the same environment. Farms, plantations, villages. The line between civilization and wilderness blurs, and the fer de lance doesn't care which side of the line you're on. It waits, it strikes, it disappears. Don't let the name fool you. Boomslang may sound almost cartoonish, but what lies behind that name is a cold-blooded killer so precise, so patient, and so lethally deceptive, it's almost poetic in its execution. Native to sub-Saharan Africa, the boomslang is a slender, tree-dwelling serpent, often cloaked in bright green or mottled brown. It looks almost harmless, delicate even. Its large, curious eyes give it an almost innocent expression. But that's the trick. That's the trap. Because when the boomslang strikes, it doesn't just kill. It unravels you from the inside out. Its venom is hemotoxic, but this isn't your standard blood poison. Boomslang venom works like a sadistic saboteur, silently destroying the blood's ability to clot. You could get bitten and feel nothing. No pain, no swelling. Hours pass. You think you're fine, but beneath the surface, your blood is turning against you. And then it starts. Spontaneous bleeding from the gums, from the nose, from the eyes. Internally, your organs begin to hemorrhage. In the final stages, people have bled out of every orifice, slowly, helplessly, while fully conscious. There is no drama, no struggle, just the slow, horrifying realization that you're bleeding to death from the inside. Here's the kicker. The boomslang is extremely shy. It doesn't want conflict. It doesn't seek out humans. But if you get too close, if you corner it, it will strike with a swiftness that betrays its calm nature. And its fangs? Unlike most rear-fanged snakes, the boomslang has large, deeply grooved fangs in the back of its jaw. and it can open its mouth nearly 180 degrees to deliver a full envenomation, driving the venom deep. The bite of the boomslang is rare, but when it happens, you'll remember the name. Or maybe you won't, because the last thing you'll see is blood soaking through your skin and a pair of unblinking eyes watching from the trees. Australia, a land where nearly everything has the potential to kill you. But even in this death-defying ecosystem, few creatures inspire as much primal fear as the tiger snake, a sleek, striped executioner that strikes with lightning speed and ruthless efficiency. Found across southern Australia, Tasmania, and offshore islands, the tiger snake gets its name from its dramatic black and yellow banding, though its colors can vary wildly, from dark olive to jet black, depending on the region. This isn't camouflage, it's a warning, a visual hiss in the wild. Stay away or suffer. And that warning is no bluff. When the tiger snake bites, it injects a venom so powerful, it attacks the nervous system, the blood, and the muscles all at once. It's a full frontal assault on the human body. Victims experience pain, numbness, paralysis, and severe coagulopathy, where the blood becomes unable to clot, leading to massive internal bleeding. Without treatment, death can occur in as little as 30 minutes. But what makes the tiger snake a true terror isn't just the venom, it's the attitude. Unlike other snakes that retreat when threatened, tiger snakes are bold, confrontational, and unflinching. Corner one, and it will flatten its neck like a cobra, hiss like a banshee, and if that doesn't work, it'll strike fast and repeatedly. In rural Australia, especially in warmer months, they've been found lurking near homes, sheds, and water sources where prey is plentiful, and so are unassuming humans. These snakes are excellent swimmers and climbers, and they're highly adaptable. Whether it's coastal wetlands, rocky hillsides, or grassy plains, the tiger snake is there, silent, unseen, coiled in wait. And here's the cold truth. Tiger snakes are responsible for a significant number of snakebite fatalities in Australia, second only to one other serpent higher up on this list. Locals know, if you hear that hiss, don't freeze, don't fight. Just back away, slowly. Because once this striped assassin commits to a strike, there's no outrunning it. We've only scratched the surface. The venom is rising. The killers ahead, they redefine what it means to be lethal. Imagine a world where the water you swim in could also be your grave. Sea snakes are some of the most deadly creatures on Earth, and the vast, cold oceans they inhabit are as much their domain as they are ours. But unlike most snakes, sea snakes don't lurk in the shadows. They dwell in the depths and can be found swimming gracefully just beneath the surface of the water, waiting for the right moment to strike. The Belcher's sea snake, in particular, is considered the most venomous sea snake and one of the most venomous snakes of any kind. But it's not just their venom that makes them terrifying. Sea snakes are masters of stealth, perfectly designed to blend into the water and strike without warning. Their venom is a neurotoxin that acts rapidly on the nervous system, causing paralysis and cardiac failure. With just a single bite, a sea snake can disable its prey in minutes, whether it's a fish, a turtle, or a human unfortunate enough to cross paths. But what's truly horrifying is that these bites often go unnoticed. People are sometimes bitten while swimming and don't realize they've been attacked until it's far too late. If untreated, death can occur in a matter of hours. Despite their deadly nature, sea snakes rarely attack humans. However, when they do, the consequences are almost always dire. Sea snakes are highly venomous, but they are also incredibly rare, which makes encounters with them few and far between. However, for anyone unlucky enough to experience a sea snake's bite, the experience will be unforgettably traumatic. If bitten, victims may experience nausea, dizziness, and respiratory failure, with the venom working its way through the bloodstream, paralyzing the muscles and causing suffocation. The true terror of the sea snake is that you can't see it coming. It could be silently coiling beneath you in the depths of the water, and by the time you realize it's there, it's too late. Their beautifully subtle movements make them a living ghost in the ocean, undetectable until it's too late. And these creatures don't need to chase. They can stay hidden, waiting for the perfect moment. That's the real nightmare. You don't know where it is, but it knows exactly where you are. If you've ever had the misfortune of encountering the blue krait, then you understand exactly what makes it such a silent assassin. Found throughout Southeast Asia, the blue krait is not a snake that draws attention to itself. In fact, it's often mistaken for something harmless because of its striking blue-black scales and somewhat graceful appearance. But make no mistake, this is a killer in disguise. The blue krait is known for its elusive behavior. It is a nocturnal predator, slithering in the darkness, often crossing paths with humans who never even see it coming. Its venom is among the most potent neurotoxins in the world. One bite contains enough venom to kill several people, and it works with terrifying speed. When it strikes, the venom is designed to attack the nervous system, specifically the motor neurons, causing complete paralysis. The victim is still fully conscious, able to feel every moment of terror, but utterly unable to move. Paralysis starts from the extremities, gradually moving inward until the respiratory muscles become paralyzed, resulting in suffocation. Death can come within 6 to 12 hours if untreated. What makes the blue krait particularly insidious is its calm demeanor. This is not a snake that launches itself in a frenzy of aggression. In fact, it is very docile when not provoked, but when it does strike, it's quick and precise. Its venom works in such a way that it doesn't cause pain immediately after the bite. You may feel nothing at all at first, until the symptoms of paralysis slowly begin to take hold, and your body starts shutting down in the most nightmarish way possible. And yet, it's not even the bite alone that makes the blue krait so deadly. It's the risk of delayed symptoms. The snake's venom can remain dormant in the system for hours before wreaking havoc, leaving its victims with no clear warning. In many cases, by the time the symptoms are noticeable, the damage has already been done. The blue krait may be shy, but its venom is ruthless, and its calm nature only makes the reality of its deadly potential all the more terrifying. Its name doesn't exaggerate. It promises exactly what it delivers: death, fast, and unforgiving. In the rugged wilderness of Australia, hidden among leaves, rocks, and sand, lies a serpent so well camouflaged, so perfectly still, it can be mistaken for a stick until it strikes. This is the death adder, a master of ambush and annihilation. Short and stout, with a thick, viper-like body, the death adder isn't built for chasing. It doesn't need to be. It's a predator that rewrote the rulebook of patience. It lies completely motionless, buried in the forest floor, often for hours or even days, with only the tip of its tail twitching like a lure, mimicking the movements of a worm. The moment an unsuspecting bird, rodent, or lizard investigates, the strike comes like a gunshot. And here's where it earns its chilling reputation. The death adder has one of the fastest strike speeds in the entire snake kingdom. From coiled to full attack and back again, all in under 0.15 seconds. That's faster than a blink. There is no warning, no hiss, just a blur, a flash of fangs, and then stillness once more. But the real horror begins after the bite. The venom is neurotoxic, designed to shut down the body's nervous system like flicking a series of deadly switches. Victims experience drooping eyelids, slurred speech, and progressive paralysis. And if antivenom isn't administered in time, the diaphragm stops working. The lungs shut down. The victim slowly suffocates, completely conscious, unable to move, unable to scream. Once, death adder bites carried a mortality rate of up to 50%. Though modern antivenom has reduced the fatality rate, the risk remains terrifyingly real, especially in remote areas where help is hours away and every breath starts to feel heavier than the last. The death adder doesn't chase, it doesn't flee, it waits. And when it moves to kill. It's not just the name that's deadly, it's everything about this snake. Enter the world of the Gaboon viper, a snake whose very appearance seems designed to invoke fear. With its massive size, cryptic patterns, and terrifying bite, the Gaboon viper isn't just deadly. It's a true monster lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike at a moment's notice. Native to the dense forests of West and Central Africa, the Gaboon viper is a giant among vipers, capable of reaching lengths up to 6 feet. With its large, triangular head and heavy body, this viper is often mistaken for an ominous pile of fallen leaves or a broken tree branch, making it extremely difficult to spot. It's a master of camouflage, blending seamlessly into the forest floor, making its strike all the more deadly because victims often don't see it coming. What makes the Gaboon viper one of the most terrifying snakes in the world isn't just its size or appearance, it's its venom. This viper's bite delivers a cocktail of hemotoxins, neurotoxins, and cytotoxins, the perfect combination to cause massive internal bleeding, paralysis, and tissue destruction. If a victim is bitten, they'll experience excruciating pain as their body is slowly dissolved from the inside. Within minutes, the victim will begin to bleed uncontrollably as the venom destroys blood vessels and organs. Organ failure follows shortly after, with the likelihood of death unless the victim receives immediate antivenom. But there's more. The Gaboon viper has an extraordinary ability to ambush its prey with an explosive strike. Despite its relatively slow and sluggish movements, the Gaboon viper can strike with incredible speed, launching its fangs out with an accuracy that is almost supernatural. The strike is so fast and so forceful that it can inject venom deep into the victim's body, ensuring that even if the prey manages to escape, the venom's effects will take hold, causing immediate paralysis and death. What sets the Gaboon viper apart is its sheer brutality. It doesn't chase prey. Instead, it waits patiently for hours, sometimes days, motionless, using its camouflage to blend in with its surroundings. When the moment comes, it strikes with precision and devastating force. There's no warning. There's no chance for survival if you're too close. While the Gaboon viper is not known to be particularly aggressive toward humans, its sheer power, venom, and deadly accuracy make it one of the most dangerous snakes alive. The beauty of the Gaboon viper only masks the terror it is capable of unleashing when the situation demands it. Let's dive into one of the most aggressive and dangerous snakes in the world, the saw-scaled viper. Known for its unpredictable nature and painful bite, this snake is a true force to be reckoned with in the snake kingdom. Found across the Middle East, India, and parts of Africa, the saw-scaled viper is responsible for more human fatalities than nearly any other species of snake in its region. Despite its relatively small size, rarely growing longer than 2 feet, the saw-scaled viper is lethal. Its small, stout body is adorned with rough, saw-like scales along its sides, which give the snake its name. But it's not just the texture of its scales that makes it formidable. It's the extremely potent venom it injects into its victims with lightning speed. The saw-scaled viper is a strike-first kind of predator, often attacking without warning or provocation, using a fast, aggressive bite to defend itself or capture prey. Its venom is a mixture of hemotoxins that quickly causes internal bleeding, cellular damage, and shock. It's said that the venom of a single bite can cause severe tissue damage, leading to death if not treated promptly. What makes the saw-scaled viper particularly dangerous is its temperament. It's incredibly aggressive, striking out repeatedly if it feels cornered. Known to rub its scales together to produce a hissing sound before attacking, the saw-scaled viper often gives no indication of aggression until it's already launched a bite. This warning is subtle, but its bite is not, delivering a devastating blow that can cause a victim to collapse in minutes. Additionally, the saw-scaled viper is responsible for more deaths than almost any other snake in regions where it is found, not because it's the most venomous, but because it is so widespread and so quick to strike. When a victim is bitten, the effects are immediate, and without swift medical attention, death follows rapidly. The aggression combined with its highly toxic venom makes this snake one of the most feared in the world, a true predator in every sense. Its widespread distribution across Africa, India, and the Middle East, paired with its quick strike and venomous attack, makes the saw-scaled viper a formidable presence that shouldn't be underestimated. It's a snake that thrives in the dusty, dry environments of its habitats, and it's deadly, not just because of its venom, but because it preys on carelessness. It strikes before you even know it's there. If there's one snake that inspires sheer terror across the globe, it's the black mamba. This is the snake that fuels nightmares. With its lightning speed, deadly venom, and reputation for aggression, the black mamba is an apex predator in its own right, and it has earned its place as one of the most feared creatures on Earth. Found across sub-Saharan Africa, this snake doesn't just live in the wild, it dominates it. Up to 14 feet in length, the black mamba is the fastest snake in the world, capable of reaching speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. That's faster than most humans can run. Imagine being in the wild, and suddenly you hear that unmistakable hiss, followed by the sight of a black and olive-green blur racing towards you. No escape. But speed isn't its only weapon. The black mamba's venom is a neurotoxin so potent, it can cause death in under 30 minutes, sometimes even faster. In fact, just one bite contains enough venom to kill 10 adult humans. The venom works by attacking the nervous system, paralyzing the body. But what's truly horrifying is how quickly it hits. First, you'll feel a burning pain at the bite site. Then dizziness, confusion, and nausea. Within minutes, you'll lose the ability to breathe as the venom paralyzes the diaphragm. Suffocation is the usual cause of death. What makes this snake even more terrifying is its aggressive nature. Unlike many snakes that flee when threatened, the black mamba will not hesitate to attack. In fact, it has been known to strike multiple times in quick succession, delivering fatal doses of venom in rapid, vicious bursts. If you're lucky enough to survive, the only way to prevent death is immediate antivenom. Without it, even if you manage to escape the initial attack, the clock is ticking, and it's not ticking in your favor. Despite its reputation, the black mamba does not actively seek out conflict. In fact, it's more likely to retreat if it feels there's a chance to escape. But when cornered, it is relentless, and its deadly speed and accuracy make it one of the most efficient killers in the animal kingdom. The black mamba isn't just a snake, it's a living nightmare. Known as one of the most deadly and aggressive vipers in the world, the Russell's viper is a snake that commands fear across its range. Found predominantly in South Asia, this serpent is responsible for a large number of human fatalities, and with good reason. Its potent venom, combined with its aggressive nature, makes it a true predator to be reckoned with. The Russell's viper can grow to a length of about 5 to 6 feet, and its body is thick and covered with a distinctive pattern of dark brown and light beige markings that help it blend into its environment. But don't be fooled by its somewhat camouflaged appearance. This snake is a master of deception, waiting patiently for its prey to come too close before launching a rapid, devastating strike. What sets the Russell's viper apart from many other venomous snakes is its venom, a complex blend of hemotoxins, neurotoxins, and cytotoxins. The bite of a Russell's viper delivers a dose of venom that causes extreme pain, internal bleeding, and organ damage. Without immediate medical treatment, the bite can result in shock, kidney failure, and even death. The venom works quickly, and victims can experience swelling, bruising, and tissue necrosis, sometimes requiring amputation if the damage is severe enough. What makes this snake particularly dangerous is its aggressive behavior. Unlike many snakes that prefer to retreat when threatened, the Russell's viper is known for its short bursts of intense aggression when provoked. It can strike with unbelievable speed, and once it bites, it doesn't hesitate to strike again if it feels the need to. This no-holds-barred attack is a part of what makes the Russell's viper one of the most terrifying creatures on this list. Russell's vipers are typically found in dense forests, grasslands, and even around human settlements, where they frequently come into contact with people. They are often active at night, making them even more difficult to detect. The snake's agility and speed in striking make it deadly in close quarters, and with its venom working rapidly, there's little time for the victim to react. With its lethal combination of aggression, venom, and speed, the Russell's viper earns its place on this list as one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Its ability to thrive in human-inhabited areas means that caution and respect should always be maintained when in its territory. When we speak of apex predators, few creatures command the reverence and fear that the king cobra does. Towering over all other snakes, this is no ordinary serpent. The king cobra is not just the largest venomous snake on the planet. It's a silent terror, a symbol of power and deadly efficiency that reigns over its kingdom with unmatched dominance. Reaching lengths of up to 18 feet, the king cobra is a formidable sight. Its smooth olive-brown skin is complemented by a distinctive hood that flares out when it feels threatened, transforming it into a towering, intimidating figure. But it's not just its size or appearance that makes it so terrifying, it's the horrifying capabilities it possesses. Unlike many snakes that strike only when provoked, the king cobra is a predator, and it hunts with purpose. The king cobra's primary diet consists of other snakes, including other venomous species. It's a skilled hunter, and one of the few animals that can outmaneuver a highly venomous snake like the cobras or the kraits. If it's hungry, the king cobra can track down its prey with deadly precision, leaving no escape for even the fastest or most poisonous of snakes. What makes the king cobra so dangerous is its venom. While it may not be the fastest-acting venom, the volume of venom it delivers in a single bite is what makes this snake so terrifying. The king cobra injects enough venom to kill an elephant or several humans in a single strike. The venom is a neurotoxin, and once it enters the bloodstream, it can cause paralysis, respiratory failure, and death within hours. Its venom takes a longer time to work, but the sheer quantity makes it one of the most dangerous snakes on the planet. Even worse, the king cobra is extremely aggressive when threatened, and it's capable of striking repeatedly with deadly accuracy. If you're unlucky enough to provoke one, it will continue to strike until it feels the threat has passed. That's not just aggression, it's calculated ruthlessness. And this snake doesn't just slither away after a strike. It will watch you, its hood flared and ready to strike again. It's a predator that doesn't relent. But despite its aggression and deadly venom, the king cobra does not pose the greatest risk to humans when compared to some of the other snakes on this list. It doesn't often attack unless provoked, and its natural habitat in the jungles of Asia tends to keep it away from densely populated areas. However, the sheer terror of this creature and its legendary reputation put it in the top 5. The king cobra embodies the raw power and dominance that snakes have evolved to perfect. The common krait, found across South and Southeast Asia, may not boast the fearsome size of some of the other deadly snakes on this list, but don't let its unassuming appearance fool you. This snake is a true killer, notorious for its stealth, elusive nature, and deadly venom that can take a life in just a few hours. It's one of the most feared snakes in its range, often referred to as the silent killer because of how quietly it strikes, typically at night when it's hardest to detect. The common krait is relatively slender and grows up to about 7 feet in length. Its black or dark bluish hue with white bands around its body is distinctive, but not easily noticeable in the wild, allowing it to blend into its surroundings, making it an excellent ambush predator. It primarily preys on small rodents, lizards, and other snakes, using its incredible speed and stealth to strike when its prey least expects it. What truly makes the common krait one of the most dangerous snakes on Earth is its venom. The venom of the common krait is highly neurotoxic, paralyzing its victim's nervous system with terrifying efficiency. The venom acts quickly, disrupting neuromuscular function and causing respiratory failure within just a few hours. The paralysis starts from the extremities and spreads rapidly, leaving the victim unable to move or breathe. Death, if untreated, is often due to asphyxiation as the diaphragm ceases to function. The real danger of the common krait, however, lies in its elusive behavior. This snake is highly aggressive when cornered, but for the most part, it avoids human interaction. It's a snake that's rarely seen, but once encountered, it can deliver a deadly bite before you even realize it's there. The bite is almost always painless, which means the victim might not even know they've been struck until the venom starts to take effect. By then, it's often too late. While antivenom is available and can be effective in treating the bite of a common krait, it's the sheer speed at which the venom works, combined with how difficult it is to detect this serpent, that makes it so deadly. The common krait's bite might not be as aggressive as other snakes, but its silent, lightning-fast strike and lethal venom make it a nightmare waiting to happen. Hold on to your seat, because we're about to enter a realm of venom so potent, it's almost unreal. It's a name that sends shockwaves of fear through anyone who's even remotely familiar with its lethal capabilities. While it's not as widely known as the king cobra or the black mamba, This unassuming snake is a living weapon, a predator so efficient that it could easily wipe out entire populations if left unchecked. Found along the eastern coast of Australia and parts of Papua New Guinea, the coastal taipan is a quick-moving serpent with a sleek, elegant body that belies its terrifying potential. Typically a light brown or olive green in color, it blends perfectly with its environment, making it extremely difficult to spot. It's not a snake that draws attention to itself, which is part of its terrifying mystique. It waits until the moment is perfect to strike. But it's not the appearance of the coastal taipan that makes it the most deadly. It's the venom. The coastal taipan's venom is a neurotoxin, extremely potent, and capable of killing a human in just 30 minutes. One bite from this snake can inject a lethal dose of venom into the bloodstream, causing paralysis, internal bleeding, and ultimately death. The venom works swiftly, shutting down the victim's nervous system and respiratory muscles. As the body is slowly paralyzed, the victim is fully aware, trapped inside their own body, unable to move or breathe, suffocating as the venom takes over. What makes the coastal taipan even more terrifying is its aggressive and predatory behavior. While other snakes may avoid confrontation, the coastal taipan will not hesitate to attack when it feels threatened. And it's fast. This snake can strike with lightning speed, making it nearly impossible to evade. It's a venomous predator that knows how to use its venom efficiently, delivering enough to incapacitate its prey in a single strike. In the wild, the coastal taipan preys primarily on small mammals and birds, but when it faces off against larger threats, it is just as ruthless. What's truly chilling about this snake is that even antivenom may not guarantee survival. While the venom is treatable with the right intervention, it must be administered quickly, and the venom's speed and potency mean that by the time symptoms appear, a race against time begins. Prepare yourself for the true killer of the Australian outback, one of the most aggressive and fast-moving snakes in the world. The eastern brown snake is a small to medium-sized serpent, but it more than makes up for its size with its lethal venom and relentless nature. Found across much of eastern Australia, this snake has a reputation that precedes it. It's responsible for more deaths in Australia than any other snake, and it's known to chase down its prey, something that most snakes would never do. When an eastern brown feels threatened, it doesn't back down. Instead, it raises up, flares its neck, and strikes with a speed and precision that's almost inhuman. The venom of the eastern brown is a potent mix of neurotoxins, cardiotoxins, and procoagulants, designed to target the nervous system, the heart, and the blood. The result? A bite from an eastern brown can cause paralysis, heart failure, and uncontrollable internal bleeding. The symptoms start with dizziness, nausea, and headache, followed by a loss of motor control, as the venom attacks the victim's muscles and nervous system. In severe cases, if untreated, it can be fatal within hours. What sets the eastern brown snake apart from other venomous snakes is its aggressive behavior. It's not content to sit and wait like many other deadly serpents. No, the eastern brown snake is a hunting machine, always on the move, striking at anything it perceives as a threat. Unlike most snakes that avoid human interaction, the eastern brown has no qualms about delivering a fatal bite if it feels cornered or provoked. Another terrifying fact? They're fast. This snake can strike up to 6 times in a matter of seconds, making it one of the most dangerous and deadly snakes to encounter on the planet. Its speed, combined with its venom, makes it a virtually unstoppable force, blurring the line between snake and predator. And yet, for all its lethal qualities, it's not just its bite that makes the eastern brown snake so terrifying. It's its confidence. This is a serpent that is unapologetically dangerous, that doesn't shy away from confrontation, and that moves through the world with the full knowledge of just how much power it holds. At the pinnacle of the world's most dangerous snakes, standing alone as the deadliest of them all, is the inland taipan. The inland taipan, or fierce snake, isn't just another venomous snake. This is the most toxic snake on the planet. But what makes it even more terrifying is the fact that this living weapon is extremely rare and shrouded in mystery. Native to the remote deserts of Australia, the inland taipan's name might seem unassuming, but this snake's venom is 50 times more toxic than that of the black mamba. One bite can deliver enough venom to kill 100 adult humans. In fact, it's so powerful that just a single drop can send a person into complete systemic failure, shutting down organs and causing paralysis in a matter of minutes. The venom contains a mix of neurotoxins and hemotoxins, capable of attacking the nervous system and breaking down the victim's blood, leading to uncontrollable internal bleeding. Yet, despite its horrific potency, the inland taipan is incredibly elusive. This snake prefers remote, arid regions of Australia and avoids contact with humans whenever possible. Its habitat, the outback, is unforgiving, and the snake itself is even more so. Its natural camouflage, earthy browns and muted greens, make it nearly invisible in its dry environment, which only increases the mystery surrounding it. The inland taipan doesn't seek out fights, and in fact, it's so reclusive that fatal bites are rare. But if you're unfortunate enough to cross paths with one, your odds aren't in your favor. Despite its fearsome reputation, the inland taipan doesn't have the aggressiveness of other top snakes. It's shy, typically shy away from confrontation, but once bitten, your body will be caught in a brutal race against time. If untreated, the venom can result in death within 30 minutes, leaving little room for survival. The venom acts fast, breaking down muscle tissue and blocking nerve signals, leading to paralysis and a slow, painful demise. The fact that we rarely see this serpent in action adds a layer of mystery, a reminder that in nature, the most dangerous predators often remain hidden in plain sight, waiting for their next victim. With its fury, precision, and ruthlessness, the inland taipan stands alone at the top of the food chain. It is the deadliest of the deadly, a snake whose reputation is so fearsome that its mere presence sends chills down the spine of anyone within its reach. And that's it, the top most deadly snakes on Earth. These creatures are not just animals. They are living nightmares, honed by evolution into perfect killers. They may be rare, but their power and potential for destruction are ever present, lurking in the shadows, ready to remind us of just how fragile our existence is. If you ever cross paths with one of these snakes, remember, respect and caution are the only things standing between you and a swift and merciless fate.